Hey, my name is Ben, and this is the Honeydew Homestead. Once all the holes were dug, it was time to lay those posts down. Now remember, each one of these holes that I dug was in the ballpark of about 30 plus inches, give or take. I dug them that deep because I know that typically a lot of people say about 2 feet for a fence post, but I was making these fences about 6 feet, and in some areas, because it's sloped and I was doing a horizontal fence, it was actually more than 6 feet on the low side as you were starting the next panel, and so I had to go ahead and dig these as absolutely deep as I could. So I actually used 10-foot posts, and I dug down with the auger as deep as I could go, which was about 30-ish inches. Some dirt fell back in, but I used a post hole digger to get all that soft soil out of there to get a nice hard packed base. Before putting in each one of these posts, I went ahead and placed a little bit of stone down at the bottom. I didn't go to Home Depot or Lowe's or Menards or anything and buy crushed stone to put down there, because it's Eastern North Carolina. You dig a hole anywhere around here and you're gonna find plenty of rock to put down there. So I just used some native stone down at the bottom, and I packed it real good with a 2x4, and I was off to the races. Most of what I did at this point actually went pretty quick. It was a lot of rinse and repeat. It was putting that post in, leveling it out, and pouring that concrete in, packing it down really good, making sure that I had, even if that concrete was still dry, it was packed as hard as just laying gravel down in that pit. The one thing I did do, however, was when I was done packing each one of these posts, I kind of sprinkled the top of the concrete to get just a little bit of that top concrete set, just so the pounding rain wouldn't wash away all of the really fine cement. I wanted to get at least a little crusted layer that would protect the softer cement down below as it hardened. Alright guys, day 2 on the fence project. I guess I'm gonna do more of the same. I'll set up the camera. You guys can watch me work for a little bit. Let me know if you like this. Leave a comment down below. I'm really just starting this out. I don't know what it is that people want to see, but more importantly, today, it has rained a lot. So I haven't even gone out there to see all the holes that I've dug. I'm betting they're probably full of water. So we're gonna have some challenges today. I'm gonna bring you along with me, and I hope you like it. So part of the new strategy today is sneakers off, duck boots on. So yeah, it's gonna be that kind of day. All right, let's go do it. Before we get started here, I thought I'd do a little assessment on what we're looking at. The water line is about 1.5 feet, maybe 2 feet to the top, which means we have at least 1 foot of water sitting in that hole. and it is muddy. So let's have some fun, guys. Whoa, if I don't fall. Okay, I know this is gonna look comical, but bear with me. I'll explain it in a second. Oh, what a mess. What a mess. It's gonna be a fun day. It's gonna be a fun day. All right, maybe one more. All right. Okay. So basically what's happening here is I don't need to take all the water out. Some of that water is going to help because I'm going to dry set the concrete anyways, and the concrete will suck up that moisture. I just need to get enough out because I actually have to dig this hole a little bit wider because I only have a 6-inch auger bit, and even with the wiggle you really only get about maybe 7.5 inches, so I have to widen it and I have to push it forward a little because I gotta come up to this line. All right, let's get to it. I will say it's actually a little bit easier to dig in this wet clay. It's heavy, but it's easier. Now, they say you're supposed to put 6 inches of gravel. There seems to be some debate whether you should put concrete or gravel or whatever. Clearly you can see I have nothing but clay and rocks here. So I just walked around the property and picked up a handful of stones, and that's going to be really just enough to lift the post off the dirt so that when I do pour the concrete in there, the concrete can kind of fall underneath it but not completely encase it, so there will still be a little wicking hole down at the bottom. Get a couple more rocks. Feels good. I don't mean to brag or anything, but come on. Come on. Look, I realize this is one of those moments, but this arrow tells you something. And yeah, you might have been thinking, Ben, just read the manual. And yeah, that's probably true. But look, I was struggling to open these concrete bags. But in reality, I could do it with one hand if I just read the manual. Look at that, it's open. Who would have thought?